There's a new stealth suit kill team. It's a lot of fun. It's super elite, and it's really weird, and there's a lot of tricks, but it's a fun team.
Wait, where's Victor? Oh, there he is. He has stealth suit on.
Okay, it's a pre-order day for Dead Silence, and hopefully if you want it, you can get it. Before we get going, just want to say thanks to Games Workshop. They sent us this preview copy of the box, so we've had a couple weeks to build it, paint it, play some games, look at the rules, do all that stuff. And we like both of these teams. I think we're pretty high on both of them. So we've got another video talking about the Space Wolves, so if you're into that, check it out. If you're into this, stick around. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what you get in the box for this team. So you can build the 5 stealth suits and 2 drones. Drones, get them out of the way first. There's no options. You just build the 2 drones. Unfortunately, they haven't done the like cool flight stand that they did with the Vespid drone where they kind of like hide it and did something different. These are good old fashioned plastic sticks.
Boo.
I actually don't mind them, but I know a lot of people hate them.
I hate them.
Yeah, Brad.
I'm very anti-flight stand.
Brad just hates whatever the internet tells him to hate. Okay, and then you can build 5 stealth suits. There are 5 specialists on this team. The warrior operative doesn't really give you much. So maybe someone who is better at the game will tell you otherwise, but I think you don't need to build the warrior. I think you can just build the leader and the 4 specialists and happily live your life. So one kind of quirk with this team is that all of them have access to the same 2 guns. There's one that is like lame kind of pedestrian, and then there's a fusion gun, which is so good.
Literally disgusting. I threw up on the book. We had to get a second book sent to us.
It's really good. We'll show the profile later, but it's like a piercing, devastating nightmare.
It's like a Melta, but better.
A Melta with devastating, which Meltas also have. So
Does it have infinite range?
It has an infinite profile, yeah.
An infinite profile Melta gun.
Well, yeah, it's a bit more.
Well, okay, maybe, anyway, I don't know. We'll look.
Okay,
at
whatever.
It.
You get 2 of them, and so you have to decide which 2 of your operatives you want to put these guns on. I made the decision based on how I think I'm going to play this team. However, it is an extremely magnetizable thing.
Yeah, you think you easily could?
100%. If I didn't have the deadline of like getting this together, taking pictures of the paint job and everything and getting it ready for a video, I 100% would have magnetized it. It would be like a 0 effort one to just have like all of their right arms have the negative polarity and all of the guns have the positive polarity, and you can just click them around as need be.
That's nice.
Yeah, it would be really easy. It's literally the same part on the sprue. It all just goes together like Lego. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but it's an option if you want it. So the archetypes you get for this team are recon and infiltration. No surprise. I wish you had seek and destroy because I think they can be pretty killy, but they might also be pretty too nasty if you did have it. So I think these ones make sense.
Well, I kind of feel like they incentivize you to chill a bit and not be like insanely aggro.
Yeah, it'd be fun to be aggro with them though.
Maybe there's a way.
Yeah,
someone will try it.
Someone will try it.
Maybe you.
Anyway, infiltration I think makes sense thematically, and recon's always fine, so whatever.
Yeah.
For operative selection, you must take a leader, you must take the 2 drones, and then you can take 4 either of the specialists or warrior operatives. I think you take the 4 specialists. The warrior doesn't give you much because they all have the same guns, and all the specialists have handy stuff and help the kind of Rube Goldberg machine of this team operate. Nice. So they've got a couple faction rules, and what's cool is that they have like an offensive faction rule and a defensive faction rule. I always like that sort of balance. I think that's fun.
I feel like the offensive one is also kind of defensive.
Yeah, that's true. So the first one is this Kalyan faction rule. This hands out accurate based on where the enemy you're shooting is on the board. So the closer they are to your deployment zone, the better your guns get. And this is important. A lot of your guns, especially the best ones, these fusion guns, hit on 4s. And so as you can stack up more and more accurate, they become more effective, obviously. But you can't really reliably shoot with them without some sort of accurate bonus.
Yeah, this reminds me of Blooded a bit, because it's like, yeah, you hit on 4s, but when you get Blooded tokens going,
yeah,
stuff can get nutty, and here you're stacking multiple stacks of accurate. You're gonna see later that it can go higher than accurate 2. Yeah. What? Insane.
You get a lot of accurate 3 with this team, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
And then the other one is...
This is insane.
Yeah, is stealth fields. So if you have a conceal order, you are invisible unless you are within 3 inches.
It's not just that you're like super concealed, it's that you're literally not visible. So you could be out in the open with no terrain. This team is winning on bad FLGS boards with like no terrain.
Oh yeah, God.
Instant win.
But yeah, so it's like it's not just can't be targeted, it's not just that like invisible. So all of the stuff that requires visibility, like it's invisible.
Like Seek doesn't help you, not obscuring doesn't help you.
But it's also like the Phobos multi-spectrum array.
Yeah, it's abilities. It's not like, just shooting. That bamboozled me at first.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, oh, while being targeted. No, it's all the time.
And you can also fall back for 1 AP if you've got a conceal order. That's great because so they do have 3 APL, but they can't shoot twice. So you kind of burn an APL a lot. But to be able to fall back for 1 is really nice. Fall back, shoot, whatever, drop a smoke, something. They're not like the most efficient 3 APL team, even though they are team-wide 3 APL. So let's talk about the operatives. So the first one is your leader. This is the Chassevray operative. So 3 APL, 6-inch movement, 3-up save. This one's got 13 wounds. The rest have 12. Obviously, the leader bonus. Like all of them, it can either have the burst cannon or the fusion blaster. But he also gets the pulse pistol, which is another option. But the 2 abilities are very, very good. So the first one is this drone controlling ability. So in the strategy phase, you can nominate one of your drones to be a little bit better. So we'll show them later, but they have the normal caveats that they can't do mission actions and, pick up markers and that sort of thing. What this does is it allows you to have 1 drone per turn do things like tap an objective, pick up a marker, all that sort of stuff. Makes it really, really helpful because it's otherwise a 5 operative team and you really need that utility. The second thing is for the greater good. And if your leader is still alive once you've lost 2 other stealth suits, all of the instances of accurate that you get are bumped up to 1. So this means that if you're shooting something that's just in your territory, everyone gets accurate 3 on it. It's so good.
Pretty gross. It's like at first you're like, okay, they hit on 4. It's not that good. And especially if you're like, I could see a situation where these guys have a good amount of health.
Yep.
They don't die in 1 hit. So they get chipped down and they're injured. And you're like, oh, they just hit on 5s. Like this isn't probably going to do anything. And then accurate 3 and you happen to roll like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
And there's a lot of ways to get severe too. So it's like, yeah, I hit on 5s, but I have accurate 3 and severe and devastating 4 and piercing 2. So I haven't rolled any dice, but I'm already guaranteeing 13 damage. It's so good.
I don't know if severe stacks with accurate anymore, but let's not talk about it here.
Okay, next is the designator. So this is basically your like spotter marker light operative. Same gun profile, same frame as everyone else, except for it has access to marker lights, which will improve your shooting for everyone else as long as it's visible, as long as it's a valid target to this operative. I like that they've made marker lights not require an action with this team. They just don't have enough APL to support it, I think. So yeah, that's all this one does, but it's absolutely important and necessary to take it. Next is the Liberator. So this is your Grenadier option. So you get the cracks and frags for free. Then they also have the EMP bomb on top of the normal guns that everyone else has. So yeah, Blast 2, Devastating 1, Lethal 4, Saturate, really nasty. What's nice is that it's range 4, so you can be, 3.1 inches away from someone, throw it, switch back to conceal with a ploy, and then they can't shoot you back. Gross.
Rude.
Yeah, it's gross.
Frankly.
There's a lot of gross stuff on this team, but it's all right because there's only 5 of them. How mad can you be?
Well,
I mean,
there's 7.
Well, yeah. Okay, next is the Lodestar operative. Again, same guns. They all have the same guns. I'm going to stop saying it. They all have the same guns. So the Lodestar has a token that you can place, and then you get a roll to get some extra CP in the command phase. If you get it onto your opponent's territory and then even further up the board, you can increase your chances. But otherwise, if it's just more than 6 inches from your drop zone, you got to get a 4-up. So you're flipping a coin to get an extra CP every turn. Seems worth it. But the big thing is this Electro Chaff Launcher. This is so good. This pairs with other ploys. This pairs with other abilities really well. But basically, once per turn, you can surprise your opponent and obscure their shot, including for many of your friends in the same area. So basically, yeah, it works a bit like a smoke, except for you just totally ignore piercing instead of just downgrading it by 1. So in my loadout, this is one of the ones that I gave the fusion gun to. I thought he was like one of the best equipped to keep himself alive and be able to like get up close with the fusion gun and then like do a bunch of nonsense to stay alive.
Makes a ton of sense.
Natural home for it. It's even, oh no, in the picture it's not, but I think it should be. Okay, next is the neutralizer. This one has a stun that it can do, obviously really good. You have to spend a little bit more on it if you have a conceal order, which makes sense. It'd be a little bit busted otherwise. So it's a 1/2 AP action. And then this other ability, multi-spectrum sensor package, is so good. So when an operative activates within 8 inches, you and everyone within 3 inches can immediately change your order and perform a dash. So like so good to just get out of charge range, or to just move slightly farther away so that they can't end their activation within 3 inches of you. You've just switched to a conceal order. You have a stealth suit. They can't shoot you.
You know, it reminds me a bit of the rattling dog. But
100%.
it feels a bit more usable because you do it when they're starting the activation.
And also, it's more usable because they're not rattlings that you're moving around.
That is true.
Yeah, this one's really good. I also gave a fusion gun to this guy. Basically, the two most like survivable operatives are the ones I gave it to. I think you could make a good argument to give it to the leader as well, but I wanted to keep him safe. So yeah, this is where it ended up. Now we'll talk about just the standard warrior operative. So the main difference here is that it can perform a counteract on conceal, but all it can do is pick up marker, I think. Yeah, pick up marker or place marker. Obviously, situationally really handy, but I don't think you need it. I also think that you could build all of the other ones, and if you really felt like you needed a warrior in a matchup, you could say this one's a warrior.
That's the only way you're getting counteracts on conceal, and this team really does like being in conceal. So maybe there's some cheese with certain tac ops and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ploy for it as well. So
yeah.
I don't know. And then next are the two drones. So you get a marker drone, which gives you the same marker light ability as the designator. So it's kind of good to get like both angles of the board, just have visibility on everyone. And then the second one is a gun drone. Very, very good gun. And it also has just like a line of sight attack, gun, not a gun, shoot, not a shoot action. That's pretty good as well. And yeah, that's all the operatives. I think you always take the specialists. You got to take the drones, and dealer's choice for the fusion guns. But you got to use them, or else the team sucks, because the other gun is just not very good. Let's talk ploys. A lot of the ploys have like standard effects you've seen before. So
there's some gross ones though.
There's definitely some gross ones, but in the strategy ploys, you get like balanced and saturate against expended operatives. Situationally ignore changes to APL or like injury stats. One of them makes your opponent discard attack dice when they're shooting you. Obviously that's good, but I think the best one is prepare ambush. This lets you pick a spot on the board, and then basically once in the next turning point, you can have full seek in that area, which is insane.
Like, it is on your side of the board, so it's not like infinite cheese, but like they've been really cracking down on full seek.
Yeah.
We know how good it is.
Especially with these guns.
And it's like, even though it's wholly within your territory, it has a 2-inch range.
Yeah.
So you can cheese the center objective because we know it's always going to be on the center point.
Yeah.
Even if the token's wholly within your half, that covers the entire control range of that token.
Yeah.
So,
It's quite good. Quite good. Okay, firefight ploys. None of these are like,
Don't say it because you're wrong.
That's true.
If you're about to say none of these are crazy, you're wrong.
I was going to say none of these are like exciting, and then I remembered I love 3 of them. So never mind. All right,
so wrong.
Savior protocols. This is just a get down, Mr. President.
Pretty standard.
Engage jetpack is just like a once ignore vertical distance. Pretty standard. Ghost shroud is great. Lets you flip back to conceal. The one caveat is each operative can only do this once per game. So you got to kind of keep track of it. It's a bit of a brain load thing,
Still
but it's not bad.
Sick, though.
It's really good.
Because you love conceal.
You have to be
You
concealed.
love conceal more than any other team in the game.
Yeah.
So good.
And then this last one, vectored retro thrusters.
This one gives me nightmares.
It's so good. So basically, when someone charges you, you can just say no thank you and do a fallback and move away. Unfortunately, if they do charge you like base to base, since you can only fall back 3 inches, you're still targetable for a shot, but it does interrupt a lot of your opponent's plans, especially if you pair it with one of the other operatives who can then do reactive stuff. So like you charge me, I move back, I pop my like obscuring party balloon on my backpack, and all of a sudden you're just standing there.
There is also the caveat that if they do a short charge, they get to reposition the rest of the movement they would have had. So they can't just like, you know, charge up to you again. But if you like charge out into the open on a short charge and then your opponent does this, you can still like use your excess movement to kind of hide or like get into a bit of a better spot. Or, you know, if you need a bit of extra movement to follow up and shoot or stuff, like,
you're
not totally screwed, but it really, like, I could see it being really harmful against teams where they have really good fighting, but their shooting really sucks.
Yeah, this is the anti-Goremonger ploy.
Yeah.
And we can't overstate how bad the fighting is on this team.
It's 3 attacks across the board and even like not even good damage.
It's terrible. Like if you're fighting, you're losing. And so all these tricks to stay out of combat are like the main juice of the team. Really.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting.
All right, so let's talk about equipment. The equipment, again, is like pretty standard, but there's like a couple of pretty juiced up options here. So one of them will let you counteract from conceal, but you must flip to engage and you must shoot. I can see that being really good. I mean, there's more and more elite teams in the game, so that comes up less, but still, you know, you'll have a counteract option here and there. One of them will give your gun that has Torrent 1, Torrent 2. Situational, I guess, take it on close quarters. Counter network jammers is, again, super situational. It lets you briefly lower your opponent's APL for counting objectives only if they've got 2 on it and you have 1, which means if they have a 2 APL team, you can out control them 2v1, but any other situation, it won't work. Advanced Black Sun filters is really good. When you're shooting an obscured target, you don't have to discard one of your dice. Still can't get crits, but it's still quite good. And that's the team. I really like them. I think they've got like a ton of tricks, but none of them feel totally oppressive. I mean, they have such a glaring weak spot. They only have 12 wounds, and once you're fighting them, they're dead. So it's not like there's no counterplay against them, but some of the shooting, I think, is comfortably the best in the game. Right?
And I had a fear when I first looked over these rules that they were going to be impossible to play against. I actually don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
I think they're very, like, beatable.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks to our patrons, 1HP Gangsters and Mountain Goats. Thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this. We have a battle report coming very soon featuring both the new teams, and also we have a review of the Space Wolf team. So go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss them.
Yeah.
And remember to vote.
See you in the battle report coming in a few days.
See ya.